welcome back to my channel. This is Jo Bren. So thank God it's Saturday, so it's time for me to share another lesson for all of you guys. So thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, for sending your likes and your comments. I really appreciate all of those. So for today's, I'll be sharing to you another lesson in the subject. This is a different subject, so I'll be explaining to you this topic, the world and the Philippine Indigenous people. So I will be sharing to you my thoughts. This is just a very quick discussion about this topic. So what is the concept of being indigenous or the term indigeneity? So maingon ka sa mga tao, no, makakita kag mga tao nga lahi sila, makaingon ka that indigenous people. So what is really the meaning of being indigenous or the word indigeneity? So based on my reference, so the word indigeneity refers to the nature of being indigenous. So which means kani silang mga tao they merely focus on the historical continuity, their self-identity, and ang ilang pagkalahi. That's why they are considered indigenous people. So, they normally, ilan nang gi-compare ang ilang kaugalingon sa ubang tao. That's why, kumingon ka, pwede ba akong matawag nga indigenous people? Kung ako ay mong pangutanon, possibly yes. Kay ning-follow naman ka kung unsay history sa una. Pero as time passes by, sige kausab ang atua. That's why ingani natakaron. And that is because of globalization. Okay, pero naay ubang lugar nga ila yung gisustain, ilang gi-preserve ang ilang pagiging indigenous people. So kung unsa ang ilahang kultura, kung unsa ang ilang naandan, ila gihapon ang gi-follow until now. Kay kung unsa ilang nakita sa ilang kaluluhan hantud karon, ila pud nang gi-follow from generation to generation. And that is the term called self-ascription. So ilahang gi-follow unsa ilang naandan. Okay? So, manang usahay, magkalailahi jutag pamaagi, no? Magkalailahi po ta o gusto. Okay, magkalailahi ta gusto. It's because we have our own distinct ways of living. Okay, man ang kitang mga Pinoy, naaputay kultura o naaputay pagiging indigenous. Meaning, naatay mga kultura nga atong gi-follow sa atuang history. O maupunay nakaingon nga nung inganita. Okay, so, pero nakaproblema lang is there is no universal definition of the term indigeneity. So, dili jud ay ka makaingon nga akani nga mga tao indigenous ni sila kay kung unsa ang ilahang lugar nga naandan, lahi ilang pag-define sa pagiging indigenous ug lahi pud akong pag-define sa unsa ang pagiging indigenous. So there is no universal definition of the term indigeneity. That's why libog siya because maglailahi man siya, it is based on the country's condition. So, kung sa Pilipinas, mao ni atong pagtanaw, sa gawas, lahi pod ilang pagtanaw. Because they have their own distinct ways of living. They have their own self-identity. Lahi ang ilang pagtanaw. So, man na siya, no, usahay komplikado, masabtan ang moingon ta nga indigenous people sila or ako indigenous people. Okay, nga nung ingani naman ta karon. Nganong sa unang panahon ang atong kultura ing-ani man, ang atong gibuhat ing-ani man. Pero nganong karon nawala na. Right? Sa una sa time namo Chinese garter, mga duwa pa sa gawas, pero karon na usab na. It's purely online. And then kung imong ikumpara karon, murag paspas na kaayo ang transition sa pagiging sa atua. Right? So what happened now? So ang problema karon is because of globalization, ang atuang pagiging indigenous or ang atuang kultura sa una, ang atong historika sa una, sige nag-transform, sige nag-usab-usab. That's why kung tan-aw nimo karon because of globalization, tan-aw nimo mga bata, may na kay mang English. Why? Because they focus sa online. Watch sila YouTube nga English kaayo, so that's why they also learn how to speak English. Pero kung i-compare nimo sa una, sa time nato, Bisaya jud. That's why as what you've noticed, gi-appeal na no sa DepEd ang sa to siya Bisaya. So bisan kita Bisaya ta, naglisod po tag-explain kung unsa ang meaning sa Bisaya because there is certain aspects sa ato ang pagiging kita nga naanam-anam na nato nga nakalimtan. Okay? So that is because of globalization. We are invited sa mga conventions, we are invited sa mga activities sa gawas for us to be well informed what is going on around us. So nindot man siya actually because of globalization na siya significant benefit. Because of globalization na siya global interconnectedness. So mapuno siya nindot no, it's easy for us to connect with other people because of globalization. Na ay expansion, na ay dako nga kausaban ug naapoy intensification of social relations. So it's easy for us to connect, to build unsa pa atong gustong ma-build diri sa atua, to have a deeper connection with others because of globalization. Pero naka-disadvantage lang is na po siya downside no sa globalization because naay mga history na to sa una nga ato nang nakalimtan, which is importante siya nga dapat natong hinumduman. Okay? So, according to O. Sullivan, ingon siya, globalization evokes both an opportunity and neo-colonial injustice. So, yes, it's true. That's because of globalization. It enhances significant benefit, especially for economic opportunities. Yes, it's true. Daghang gig na usab. Daghang changes, especially kita, how we deal with others, how we talk with other people, how we share our thoughts. Because of globalization, we are changing. So, pero it also creates global activism and cooperation. So when you talk about global activism, because of globalization, we are able to share thoughts, madunggan na ta sa uban, worldwide, to be heard, to be recognized, and to be respected. So daghan murag nindot sad siya ang globalization, yes, kay naa po siya mahatag sa tua. So wala na ta nag-stick sa unsa re ato ang naandan sa una. We are trying to improve better and better. But because of the globalization man ang usahay, makalimot na ta sa unsa jud atong kung unsa jud atong kultura sa una, history. Right? So mana siya no. Importante po natong masabtan ang atong history. Okay? But because of this, we can't deny the fact nga naanjay uban nga dislaganahan sa globalization. Naay gitawag nga globalization resistance. They resist. Right? Dislaganahan sa globalization. Especially if you have a strong belief sa inyuhang kultura, especially if you want to sustain kung unsa jud kultura, history, kung unsa jud angayan para sa inyuha, possibly you will resist the globalization forces because the globalization is naaman siya change nga dapat nato i-adapt for us nga maging connected ta sa uban. That's why karon sikat kayong K-pop, so imbes ang ato ang look is like this because of K-pop or the effect of globalization, the Western influences, manang usahay, mura po tag Koreano, right? Ato pong gi-follow, we tend to adapt, and that is because of globalization. Okay? So, take note, when you talk about globalization, there is a non-stop battle. So, sige jud tag dipinsa no kung unsa jud maayo, unsa angayan, or i-sustain ba nato ang pagiging kita, or do we need to change to become better? So, I have no question, no? I have no question about who follow ta sa Western because Western people can also give a positive impact sa ato. Okay, so, but we should always remember our culture, our history as Pinoy, diba? So, well-informed about the impact of globalization. Okay, so who are considered, so who are the Philippine Indigenous people? So kinsa ni sila? Are we considered Philippine Indigenous people? So if you're going to ask me, yes, we can be. Pwede jud ang tawagon nga Indigenous people, especially if you are preserving or if you are following or if you are continuing the history kung unsa inyong naandan ug unsa inyong ginabuhat, yes, you can be considered as Indigenous people as long as you are identifying yourself sa ubang tao. For example, nakita nimo ang imuhang kultura nga ingani ilang panamit, ingani ilang gibuhat, so possibly if you're going to follow sa kana makaingon ka, yes, I belong or na-feel na ako nga I am also part of the indigenous people. Okay, so but ang naka-problema lang pod usahay no because pero makakita man ta sa TV no nga naadyo yung mga indigenous people, they are preserving and ang ilang history, so na mga tattoo, diba? So naa sila yung mga gipang wear, but kita na sa city murag we are kuan na sa the influence of globalization. Kung say nakita po nato nga trend, sometimes we also follow. Okay? So that's why lisod kaayo magbisaya kanang lawom nga Bisaya karong panahona, 'di ba? Because ang trend na to karon is mas sayon pa mag-English compare magbisaya sa ato ang naandan kay lawom kaayong Bisaya, and possibly that's the effect of globalization nga kung unsay atong nakita sa TV or sa unsay nadungga nato, posible mao po ni naka-impluwensya sa ato ang pagiging indigenous. Okay? So, there is nothing wrong nga maging indigenous ka or if you are preserving your own self-identity, right? So, I am also preserving my own self-identity. So, kung unsay akong naandan nga buhaton sa akong lolo, I also follow. But because of globalization, there's certain aspect of myself nga murag na change. Murag kinahanglan ako i-change. Murag na change, it's because of globalization. I also need to adapt, right? I also need to adapt to become well informed, well versed kung what is going on around us. Okay, so this one of the problem of Philippine indigenous people is there is only limited data available for them, and that's why makaingon ka nga sila is dili kay sila ingon nga nindot ilang panginabuhi because they also experience social injustice, right? So kay lahi man sila, they are living their own distinct ways, but take note, because of their distinct ways of living, diha nato nakita kung unsa jud ang ilang pag-define sa pagiging indigenous people. Okay, so I hope you are learning from this video. This is just a very quick discussion about the world and the Philippine indigenous people. I just want you to see the importance of understanding a quick background about the world and the Philippine indigenous people. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again for my next video. Thank you and God bless.